Hi, Cindy Brown here. I wanted to go over today a couple of grounding poses, and these are related to the retreat that my soul sister Selena and I are creating for February in Guatemala. The first full day that we are sharing together is a lot about grounding and really feeling into the first couple of chakras. If you're familiar with chakras, it's essentially the lower part of your abdomen. Feeling connected, supported, creative, and connected down into the earth, and really feeling that deep connection with yourself and with Mother Earth. So these practices are just kind of a bit of a flavor and a snippet of what to expect if you were to come along with us on our retreat in February. And for those that aren't, then you get a little bit of flavor of some awesome yoga practice or poses that you can integrate into your day if you're feeling like you're not very grounded. So I'm going to back up and I'm going to come into some poses. Okay. So for many of us to feel grounded into the earth, our feet firmly planted into the earth is a great start. So a lot of poses, when you feel that deep connection and that full connection with the soles of your feet, that can really help to make you feel grounded. And it's really important to feel that connection with the soles of your feet. So one of them is the Tadasana pose. It's the mountain pose. It's the foundation of all other yoga poses. And essentially, it's just you really feeling yourself upon the earth, but feeling strong, rooting down into the earth and feeling grounded. And I can give you more cues. There's tons of cues we can think about with Tadasana, but essentially what I think of when I'm looking at a Tadasana pose is that the lower half of your body is really deeply, firmly grounding down and being supportive of your body to the earth and on the ground. And the upper part of the body is lifting and lengthening and opening up to the sky. That's Tadasana. Tree pose. I love tree pose, especially when you're in nature, because it really helps you to ground into your surroundings, into nature. Tree can be helpful inside too when you need to feel the essence and the energy of nature. So tree pose, you can do it on both sides, but I will just take you through one side. You ground down deeply into the earth with one of your feet. You can act as though that's your tree trunk. With your opposite leg, so I have my left leg firmly planted down into the earth. I envision roots growing down deep into the earth. There with my right leg, opening up the knee, opening the right hip, and then placing the sole of the right foot anywhere on your left leg, the inner part of your left leg, except for the knee for safety reasons. So you can either be on your inner part of your ankle, it can be underneath your knee, you can be above your knee, and really feeling the deep, strong connection with your core is helpful as well. And then the arms, you can play with the arms. Just like a tree, maybe your arm, one is up and out like a tree limb, and maybe one is up nice and tall. Perhaps they're both out to the side. Perhaps they're both up tall, if you'd like to be a tall tree reaching up to the sky. And really think of the crown of the head reaching up to the sky and the lower part of your body grounding down and connecting deeply with Mother Earth. Those are two poses that can be helpful for you in the grounding. Another pose could be warrior. I love warrior poses because they really are using a lot of the parts of the body, and you can really feel this within all of the pieces of the body. So you step your feet wide. I'm going to put my right toes pointing out to the side here. The left back leg is either at a 90-degree angle or a 45-degree angle, whatever feels best for your hip. Bend that right front knee so that when you look down, you can see the first two toes of your right foot. And feel that strong, stable base. And what I like to actually envision is energy coming up through the earth and up into my core. So right along the center line of the body where the spine is, in the middle of my body, really drawing that energy up from the core. So not only am I grounding down through the soles of my feet, but also thinking about grounding through the core and the midsection of my body, keeping the shoulders stacked on top of the hips. Then you can start to soften the shoulders, but raise the crown of your head up to the sky, and then lift the arms so they're parallel with the earth, and gaze out over your right fingertips. Again, grounding deeply down through the lower half of your body and rising up nice and tall, lengthening through the spine, feeling strong, stable, but also soft in the face, soft in the shoulders. Always a bit of softness in the pose so you're not too rigid. Take a couple breaths, you release, and come out. Also, any type of forward folds, any type of seated postures where you're really close and connected to the ground can be helpful. I can go over these another time. But I wanted to share these poses with you today and share with you a little bit of a flavor and a taste of what we'll be doing in our retreat. Those type of poses will be some of them that we will explore over the course of the week, but the grounding poses will really be rooted in our first full day together on the Monday. Here is a little bit of a postcard. It's probably backwards on where you're seeing, but of what it is that we are creating. And it's a strong and free women's retreat. If you're curious or interested and you have questions and you're uncertain about whether this is a fit for you, and don't worry, if you don't know yoga, no problem. That's why I'm there. I will help you through it. If you're an experienced yogi, awesome, you'll be able to deepen your practice. If you're new, you'll be able to begin a practice and see if it's a fit for you. On those days, not only will we be doing yoga, but we will be also possibly doing on that day exploration with a dance. And also, if you're not a dancer, don't worry about it. I'm not a dancer either. But it's a really great way to ground to the earth when the soles of your feet are deep into the earth and you're moving and allowing your body to flow, and sometimes to ground and sometimes to lift. So we're going to do lots of exploration with movement, because movement is a fabulous, incredible, magical way to release tension in the body, to connect to self, to connect to the earth, and to really embody this essence of what we're working towards in the retreat, which is being strong within yourself, but also being free and open and expansive. So I hope to see you there. If you have questions and you're uncertain if you can come, or if it's for you, if it's a fit for you, please reach out to me. I would really love to have a conversation with you. Some people it's not going to be a fit for, and some it is. We have a couple of spaces left, and we would love to fill them with all of the right people. Hope you have the most wonderful evening. Namaste.